Tillamook County is a unique community. We have over 300 miles of paved roads. We've got about another 100 miles of gravel roads. In addition to that, we've got 96 bridges. We've got over 3,000 culverts, 9 miles of guardrail. We've got several levees. Tillamook County has had more federally declared storms in the last 10 years than any other county on the West Coast. And what that means is that we struggle trying to make things safe for the traveling public instead of focusing on the routine maintenance that we should be doing. Water is one of the biggest challenges that we get here in Tillamook County.
In the beginning of the December 2007, seemed like everybody just got off work and then the wind started picking up. I know I went down to 911 early that evening. Then I think Leanne may have had the first shift, and then I went back at midnight, was there through the night. Then we started making a list of roads that were starting to close because of the high water. The road crews that would be called out, some of them would almost do a double shift, 14 hours, almost 16 hours. After the storm in that December, the Salmonberry Bridge we found was down by Miami River Road, which was 14 miles. So that one section of bridge washed that far down. The high water at Salmonberry took the railroad out, took the bridge out, went all the way down to the Miami.
I started at the end of October in 2006, and we had the first federally declared flood event that I had been involved in after being here for 3 weeks. And then I think that we had the next federally declared disaster in December when we had the big winds that year. So that was my first 4 months here in the county. Then we found out we were going to lose federal timber forest dollars. So my 5th month on the job, we lost half the budget. So I spent about a year and a half putting together an asset management plan by looking at what are the risks out there to our community. How do we give the community the biggest bang for the buck for the dollars that they do have?
When I started in the late 70s, the road department had their own hot plant and they had their own rock crusher, and they had a lot more people to do the work. Early 1980 is when things started tightening up, and by, I'd say, 1982, they had reduced their forces quite a bit. Because of the number of people that we had available, I think we did a lot more patching and overlays. And as time went on, as you start to get into the 1990s, that ability just kind of went away. So all of a sudden you're picking and choosing, and the roads are reflecting that greatly.
The staff at the Public Works Department has been here a long time. Excellent staff. These people know what they're doing. They work well together, very dedicated. Well, they know where the problems are in the county. They know that before a big storm of what they need to go out and do. When we get into storms, people cross job classifications. I have mechanics driving dump trucks. In fact, our shop foreman drives the paving machine if our regular operator's gone. You got to do what it takes to get the job done. And we do what we can with what we have, and these guys are dedicated road employees.
My name is Ed Grimes. I was born and raised here in Tillamook County. Went to work for the county as a blacktop raker in my junior year. I've just about done every job there is that they have, and I've been here 30+ years. When the lights go out, most of the time you'll find a road crew, whether it's north, south, or central, they're probably the first ones to try to respond. Last winter, for example, we had some residents that were out of state, caught between 2 slides, and it was a matter of working our way through the slide, getting to them and letting them know that we were coming. They later called back and say, you know, you don't know how much we appreciated you people coming there to talk to us. And then we've had the crews up north, for example, one icy morning, they're out sanding roads, the lady comes around the curve, doesn't make it, she's in the Miami River, the car's under the water. The foreman and 2 of his people, they took ropes, they made a water rescue, got her out of the vehicle. It happens a lot. Life and limb is the most important things.
I was working on Christmas Eve last year and got a phone call from 911, and Ed was out there up on the Trask River Road, and one of the culverts blew out again. And so I gave one of my other foremen a call, and Grant and I went out, and with Ed, we got some equipment up there. We opened the road on Christmas Eve. I don't think the community is aware of how much the road department uses their own time to go to work and pick up things in the middle of the night during stormy weather or any time of the year. Even if there's a stop sign down on a Sunday night at 11 o'clock, 911 calls my crews out and we'll go out and fix that.
With the shorter crews now, when they need to be called out, you have fewer people to pick from, and consequently they're on call a lot more. And then when they start working these 4 10-hour days, when you have fewer people to operate, that's really puts the other ones that are on call at night sometimes, and then they have to come back during the day. You know, that'll stretch them out for 12, 14-hour day. They feel it.
We have Peggy and Jeanette in the front office. One of them is generally sitting at 911 trying to keep track of the storm fight records for FEMA and federal. They work long hours. We don't have anyone, including Leanne, the director, that has not stood out on Bay Ocean Road one night with me 7.5 hours. And she's the director and she's flagging traffic. Just things like this that make us a team that's pretty hard to beat. And you know what? It's very rewarding in the long run.
The Public Works Department is not only responsible for the road department, but we're responsible for the solid waste department as well. So if we get a chance to recycle our roads, meet those recycling goals, not take things off to the landfill, it's a really good thing for the community, it's a good thing for the environment. So we grind the old roads up, we reshape them, we're adding cement, and we're paving over them. So we're trying some new exciting techniques that haven't been tried in Tillamook County, and we know they've worked in other counties. So we're trying to do the best we can with the money that we do have.
We do try to save $1 every place we can. We're all involved and we're all trying to make it go as far as we can and try to make as many people happy as we can. You know, I'm all for let's make it better for the future for everybody, and that's kind of the way my crew and I feel every day is we try to make it look like we accomplished something.
It's always been my belief that you can get more done together via community than you can by yourself. For example, we have partnered with the Tillamook Estuaries Partnership. And so if they actually get some grant money to fix a culvert that we can't fix, they actually will design it, they will actually construct it with their money, but it's on a county road, so that's a partnership that we have formed. Another partnership we've developed was with the Oregon Department of Forestry. We needed some riprap from them that they had, and we traded this some crushed rock that they had in another job. We've partnered with Marion County. They do the striping for us on our roads and we pay them. I've partnered with ODOT. We got a drill rig that we needed. We've worked with City of Portland. We got their water truck for some of the reconstruction this year. So I continue to look for partners and projects all across the county.
And I don't know how our director Leanne does some of these things. She's an amazing person. She's turned our whole program around for us. For example, the crew very seldom knew what was going on a lot of times. Now we're all involved and it's a lot more fun, it's a lot more challenging. Like she says, not everybody has the right answer, but a lot of people will come up with the right answer.
I started coming to Tillamook County in the early 90s. I started coming down here with my husband who was fishing. And I got to tell you, I love living in Tillamook County. I love the sense of community. I like going to the parades and seeing people that I know. It's a great place to live.